down towards Suffolk today. It's the eighth most frequent Tour de Hungary host of all time. Suffice to say, it's a popular enough place to go. 11 stage starts and 8 finishes. First of them coming in 1962. It's one of the most frequent hosts, particularly since 2016. Last stage winner in Suffolk is Jan Barta, who won the prologue back in 2019. Coming out for a sprint finish today. And the character of the stage just starting to change a little bit. Ryan Gibbons thanked for his work, but now the teams get themselves into colour combination and think a little bit about that right-hander to come and the potential for a little bit of crosswind excitement coming up in the last 7 kilometres of the day. So only about 2k to making that right turn. Everybody wants to make sure they're present. After what was a relatively benign, 15, 20 kilometres, it's starting to get interesting again. Teams in colour combination, Q36.5 squad with Giacomo Nizzolo up for fun today. Q36.5 is just trying to move down around the outside on the left-hand side of picture and just pick up another couple of riders to pair up with the two up front that include Giacomo Nizzolo, the European champion, 36 years of age now, amongst the oldest riders in this race. Nizzolo just third in line, has a couple of teammates for company. They've got, of course, the Swiss climber Matteo Bazzolatti. It's hoping to climb with distinction tomorrow, and it'll be interesting to see as well how Harm van Houke gets on, the Belgian climber, who's now found employment with Q36.5 Pro Cycling Team this year. So moving up on the left-hand side, those dark navy and white jerseys, white shoulders. Hard over on the left, Gaharal tried to maintain a little bit of a strong and commanding position. The Jaco Alulas in the purple jerseys, with Luke Durbridge second in line, the Australian champion, and the rest of their lineup in front of the Dutch national champion Dylan Groenewegen, just squeeze across, and they've just about got some representation from the Astana squad. Now a similar situation for the Lidl Trek. Everybody wants to be absolutely where in the perfect and prime position. The Q36.5s now just to the right as you look on screen at the Lidl Treks. Unibet trying to put a rider thereabouts. Kern Pharma marked absent, coming down to a significant turn. Everybody wants to get that cadence rising because we're down to the final 7 kilometres of this stage, so the pace will be high at any rate, but, with the potential for a little bit of wind to make things interesting. And it's a wide open boulevard. This is Avenue 7 or Road 7. The more the number, the more likely it is to be a significant road. Going to be significant for some riders' ambitions today. Team Palti visit Malta. Present on the right-hand side, Peñalver. I wonder how he's sprinting today. The Q36.5s have ultimately set up on the right-hand side of your picture, the hard left of the road. And lots of movement as that right turn created a little bit of change at the front of the peloton, the UAE Team Emirates squad. And interesting that the yellow jersey, he's freelancing today. Danny Van Poppel's picked up on the lead-out train of the UAE Team Emirates XRG squad. And now you've got the Team United shipping team, the local continental registered teams, a couple of riders up towards the front. Want to get involved, want to be present, want to be in amongst those 6 World Tour squads. Another 9 Pro Team Division 2 outfits, another 6 at continental level, including 3 Hungarian teams. So great spread of, and a fascinating spread actually of ability and reputation in this one. And it's all starting to get a bit physical. Inside 6 to go. Something's got to give here. The Lidl Trek got muscled out a little bit, whether by choice or otherwise, and Tim de Klerk's just trying to grind his way up to the front. The Jaco Lula squad, who were very much in prime position heading up towards that right-hander, found themselves a little bit swamped, and they're now just settling in on the lead out from the white and black-clad UAE Team Emirates squad. So Dylan Groenewegen has his team nestled in amongst the UAE riders. The overall race leader, Danny van Poppel, as well, has popped out of that lead out, and he's got the current farmer, Team Polti, to his left. And he's still managing to maintain a position. Well, he's absolutely fabulous at surfing the bunch, of course, and he's just to the right of his compatriot, Dylan Groenewegen, who has at the moment become a little bit detached. Still 5k to go. Lots and lots of choices to be made, lots of opportunities, lots of gaps will open and close in just a moment. And there you have the two fast Dutchmen, two flying Dutchmen. The yellow jersey on the tail of the national road race champion of the Netherlands, Danny van Poppel, the race leader, has decided that the Jaco Lula man will find his teammates at some stage, and then he'll see what he can do about timing his run to the front to absolute perfection. Lucelli has Sorica thereabouts as well for the XDS Astana squad. A nice opportunity for some TV time, but is this going to produce anything of effect for the local team, Team United Shipping? But nonetheless, showing great ambition here. The road widens ever so slightly. As I mentioned, it's pretty much a straight run all the way to the line here, apart from that little wiggle, little chicane, little piff-paff, call it what you will, little interference in the road that will come with a kilometre to go. Tim de Klerk on the front for the Lidl Trek. No panic from them. They fixed that one pretty quickly. It's nearly just before the kite. We've got a little left-right wiggle. Still a way to go before we reach that point. 5 to go. Stage 2 has been a little bit of a slow burner. We've had lots of drama out there on the road. The initial break of 5 riders contesting the 2 intermediate sprints and the 2 climbs, indeed, that preceded it. Profitable day in the breakaway for Siebe de Weert of the Team Flanders Baloise squad, and Janos Pelikan from Team United Shipping, claiming all of the mountains and the sprint points and bonus seconds respectively. De Weert will wear red tomorrow. Pelikan, he will wear white, or could it even be yellow? He's the virtual general classification leader, always assuming he's still in this group, and I've no reason to believe he isn't. Pace wasn't too intense until a few kilometres to go ago, and now, well, you can see the pain etched on the face of Tim de Klerk on the front of the main peloton, being swamped now as Durbridge hits the front for the Team Jaco Lula squad. Fine time trialist in his day. Turbo Durbo in control for now. Jaco Lula seemed to own so much of yesterday's stage and down into the closing stages as well. They look pretty good. A few 36.5s, looking a bit frantic, trying to keep it nicely attached for Giacomo Nizzolo. Stayed in there for a little while, but Maletsky's trying to look after him. Tim Thorn Teutenberg, well, he's looking good at the moment to try and stay connected. He's just got one in front of him. I think it might be de Klerk actually at the moment, but he's there close to the front. Well, they've got 2. They've got at least 2. Groenewegen just trying a little move left, a little move right. Make a little bit of space for yourself. Nothing too challenging. And Durbridge hard over on one side of the road. Moves ever so slightly inside, and immediately you've got the Lidl Treks trying to pounce around the outside and to take a risk or two, and there's a little bit of curbing there, and spectators, lots of jockeying for position into the final 2 and a bit kilometres. And then the Q36.5s with Maletsky desperately looking around. Lots of movement there, and riders almost, I think, into the barrier on the left-hand side. Just about managed to avoid it. The ripple took them out to the right as well, but that's forced a disconnect, and it's potentially 1 or 2 squad. They've got Milano with 2 in front, looking good at the moment. Down to the final Team United rider, but he's doing a great job for the World Tour teams at the moment. Maletsky's still looking around for Nizzolo. Nizzolo's gone freelancing at this point, not sure where he is. Lots and lots of movement. The UAE squad in the middle, down to 1,400 metres to go. They're heading towards this chicane. Everyone wants to have riders in abundance and control when they come to that, come to the kite, and it's Team Jaco Alula absolutely own this one. Dylan Groenewegen, fourth in line here, making a bit of space into the left and the right turn that will take them under the kite. And at the conclusion of this second stage of Tour de Hungary, it's 3 riders available inside the final 1,000 metres for Team Jaco Alula. The Astana squad trying to fix it for Malucelli and get Gleb Syriza up there to try and challenge for position. It's all getting busy. Looks like Schelling indeed that's moved up for the Astana squad, but have they got other riders? Tim Teutenberg trying to pick up on Malucelli, who's sitting in the pocket at the moment on the tail, and you've got Danny Van Poppel, who's got the entire Jaco Alula team lined out in front of him. He's also got Bruto Messo, who's gone up sprinting potentially for the Bahrain Victoria squad. Coming down to the line, straight run from here, lots of movements. Jaco Alula just one left for Dylan Groenewegen. He's got Danny Van Poppel on his tail. Big run round the outside from the Flanders Balois squad, but he's launching for the line. Dylan Groenewegen waiting for his moment to go. He's gone now, and now Dylan Groenewegen has Danny Van Poppel. It's Dutch 1-2 at the moment. Tim Teutenberg comes around the outside. Groenewegen hasn't got it. Tim Teutenberg is just about trying to get there. Is he going to make it? Well, it's blanket finish. Who's going to claim that one? It looks so close. Shaking the head from Dylan Groenewegen. No one wants to claim that one just yet. It could have been Groenewegen. It could have been Danny Van Poppel. Could even have been Tim Teutenberg. We wait for full confirmation on our screen. We're looking to try and pick that one out, but there was no doubt about it. It was a stunning piece of delivery, lead out. Congratulations, I think. Well, no one's absolutely certain that they've got it. And they're saying it's Danny Van Poppel. We're hearing that it's Danny Van Poppel. Absolutely got up for that one. A little bit of a shake of the head from Dylan Groenewegen on the line, as Danny Van Poppel has backed it up. Would you believe it? Went freelancing today, lost half his team, had no lead out, had to do all his own work and hanging the coattails of others. And that was stunningly timed, stunningly delivered, and an absolutely sensational second stage victory in a row for Danny Van Poppel. He'll stay in yellow for tomorrow. And Van Poppel's joy is unbound at this moment. He can hardly believe it. Hadn't won for a year and a half until yesterday. Well, they're like 46 days. 2 rare buses coming in quick succession. Let's get a look into this final 1,000 metres. 3 in front of Groenewegen at the moment. Van Poppel looking to move up and over Bruto Messo. At this moment, it looked like an absolute slam dunk, didn't it, for Dylan Groenewegen. Getting pretty physical just in front of Van Poppel between Ida Schelling and Bruto Messo of the Bahrain Victoria squad. Still with 2 riders remaining, and what, about 500 metres left at this point, maybe 600 metres at this point. You would have been odds on Dylan Groenewegen in his pump. He's still looking for that first victory of the season. Potentially getting crowded out at this moment was the yellow jersey, but still waited and waited and waited for the absolute ideal moment to launch. Mez gets the final man for Dylan Groenewegen inside a couple of 100 metres at this point. Well, 200 to go. Absolute perfect launch for Dylan Groenewegen, and Danny Van Poppel up and around the outside at this moment. Milano couldn't find a way through the middle, so that stymied his run, and Van Poppel in the bike throw, narrowest of margin. The overhead, I think, told us a little bit more about how it was a little bit more emphatic. I don't think the photograph is going to go down to the final pixel, that one, but nonetheless was a really close and hard fought finale between these riders, and Groenewegen will be a bit frustrated, just slightly jostled by Milano, but so too was, well, there you go, it was about half a wheel. And no doubt about it, it's a double up for Danny Van Poppel. He gets the victory once more in Tour de Hongrie. Tim Teutenberg in the top 3 as well. Dylan Groenewegen, same top 3 from yesterday. Swap between Teutenberg and Groenewegen, but the man in the top spot remains in the top spot. Danny Van Poppel gets another glorious success. Frustration for Milano, just couldn't find a way through the gap, but in fairness, you can't go through a gap that doesn't exist. And the big bunch kick delivers another sensational crescendo finale, and a broad beaming smile from the Dutch star that is Danny Van Poppel, his confidence growing with every stage of Tour de Hungary. Seen over Suffolk today. It was calm in the harbour once more. Well, still waiting for confirmation of the top 10, but no doubt about the man that got it, Danny van Poppel. Well, there we have it. It's a Dutch one too. Danny van Poppel gets the victory. Second day in succession for the Red Bull Border Hansgrohe squad that had such a tough day out, and that's going to be a big one for him and for the team. Dylan Groenewegen, nonetheless, very impressive. He's getting closer to that top spot. He's got one more opportunity, possibly two more opportunities this week. Teutenberg, Hester's fine fourth place finish for the Team Flanders Baloise squad. Alberto